discombobulation, unorganization. Keep up with your emails from Craigslist, and VettX has made that something very, very smooth and organized to continue pushing forward in a better way.
Since we last talked, what's it been, a few months? Been buying some cars with VettX, yeah?
Picked up 2 more today off the VettX platform. Both really good cars, easy process, good communication with the customer, a little bit of education, and some deals getting closed.
Sounds like good cars. Do you find a difference in the cars you buy from VettX versus alternative sources?
Yes, the condition and the quality of the vehicles is quite a bit better coming off the street. Anytime you buy from a consumer, you're buying the best product out there.
I get a lot of feedback from dealers that these cars typically spend less time in the shop and have less recon.
The faster I can get things through the shop, the less time they spend there, the more money I make. Time is the enemy when it comes to the game that we play. So the quicker you can move things through the shop, get them front line ready and get them sold, the more front end gross you make.
Dealers always think about, hey, I want the best inventory, right? And that's great. And less time in the shop, all that, fantastic. But what most people don't think about is what it does for the other side of the business in driving sales. So has it made a difference for you? Do these cars turn into trade-ins? Do you get more action on the lot?
We take a lot of trades from the cars that are being purchased, as well as do have some that go turn to trade. We'll bring them in, we'll have a discussion with them. They end up purchasing a car. We, turn them to a salesman. They go out, they look for what they're looking for. If they find something they want, they will turn to trade. That's something we push for. Sometimes we don't have what they're looking for. Sometimes they have too much negative equity to get bought. A lot of different factors in that process, but yes, we do that.
What were the problems then with using traditional acquisition methods?
Just discombobulation, unorganization, trying to go through and, keep up with your emails from Craigslist and, pin down who you've talked to on Facebook. And, again, I don't use Facebook, so I don't know how their messaging system works. I don't know if it stays in order, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Bounces around, and then you're looking through your feeds, you're tracking through your emails, trying to find where to follow up with these people. And VettX has made that something very, very smooth and organized to continue pushing forward in a better way.
Traditional acquisition methods as in like the auction and where people were buying cars before starting to go to the public.
Not every car is bad, but all bad cars go to the auction. The old saying is always there, right? I feel like the auctions are a little bit too high for their own good. Lot of communication coming from different areas in the Northwest. The auctions are high. You've got fees and transport to get the cars to you locally, and you don't really know what you're getting. OVE or Mannheim, they've got a pretty good program. They've got a good process, but the descriptions and the condition reports on those cars are not always what they say they're going to be when they show up. And then you've got, ARB. You've got to send the cars back sometimes. Your deal shield, policy per car goes up in value, and now you're paying more for everything. So, it's going to the street gives you the opportunity to control that, where you can see the car, in-house. You can inspect the car yourself. You can have a solid educational conversation with the client, and you can really close a lot of deals doing that.
So it's been a while since we first met, but I don't know if you remember where you originally heard about VettX.
My general manager actually shot it to me in a text. And at that point, we were already running a street purchasing program. We were doing pretty well, but you get to a point where you get tired of paying fees and transport and you want to attack your local market to continue to grow that front end gross. Some of the time, you have to step all over the car to win it, because every other dealer in town is after the same car, and so are some normal, private party consumers. And so when people have gotten 6 bids, who they selling the car to? The person who pays the most money.
Who currently uses VettX at your dealership?
Myself, and I have 2 people on the buying team. The 3 of us are using it fluidly on a daily basis. Our process is pretty solid with the software you've provided. We do pretty well.
How do you think this initiative has affected the dealership, aside from the inventory that you get, just getting people in the door?
It creates energy. It creates synergy. If we've got 3 or 4 people in here at the same time, and two of them sell their cars right in front of the others, what does that create for you? It creates the synergy of, okay, these guys are obviously, they're putting their best foot forward.
You do 20 cars a month with VettX. By the end of the month, you sell all those vehicles. How much money did you actually make on those cars?
Our goal here is to try and cap $5,000 a copy out of the sales department. That's what our goal is. 1,000 on the front, 4 on the back. And so on average, we are accomplishing that goal. So out of those 20 cars, if we made a straight 5, you're talking about $100,000 in profit. I've purchased 647 cars this year, and I only have 65 to 70 cars left on the ground. 45 of them were purchased last month. So if you can imagine, if you went and bought 600 cars from the auction, how many do you think you'd have left in compared to 647 cars from the street? What's your difference? What's the difference? The difference is the quality of the car, the referral basis that you get from people that you buy their car from. You know what I mean. You purchase their car, they refer people to come see you. And that process in itself has created even more business. It's a numbers game, right? The more people you talk to, the more yeses you get. The more people we bring through the door to our advantage on our doorstep, the more deals we close. So a lot of good in learning your guys' software, which you keep adding more and more stuff to your program, which is starting to become something that I think challenges some of the best in the market. And I think with where you guys are headed and what you're doing, you're only going to help me tighten up my process even further. And bringing on more people will get me in contact with more people, out in the community, get them down here, or even go to them, because we've closed deals on people's driveways. I go out myself. If I have to go out, I go out. Hey, you know what? Let me go out and handle this one. It sounds like it's going to be a tough customer. Let me go out and do it. But as a used car manager, that's something that you have to do. You have to get out of your seat. You have to do the job. And when you do this, you will find a different level of success.